Childhood was interesting. My father was a police officer, so we moved around quite a bit when I was young. Probably when I was in grade 3, I think we moved to a town called Young, and I spent the rest of my teenage or young adult teenage years growing up there. My mum and dad split up when I was about 11, so mum and I moved out and lived elsewhere, and yeah. My mum did her best, but there was a lot of angst in the house growing up, and that continued on until my teenage years and my young adult life. I think that angst, it just flowed on through. So very uncertain, really, of where my life was going. Yeah, left school at the end of year 10. Very much probably lived more of an alternative lifestyle. So was into alternative forms of, I guess you call witchcraft basically, but not full on. Just looking at alternative things. Always searching and seeking for something, but didn't really know what I was looking for. So my sister started taking my children to church. I think she knew I was searching for something, but knew that I was that stubborn and that against God that I wouldn't actually go to church. She started taking them, and then after probably a couple of times, I would say to her, "All right, kids want to go to church, you're going to take them." And she started saying, "Well, actually no, if they want to go to church, you need to take them." I'm like, okay. So I went to church one day and I stood in the service and I'm like, what is going on here? What are these people doing? This is not music in a church. This is contemporary. This is, and I was really quite nervous. But I kept going to church, I think the music drew me in quite a bit. And the kids were enjoying it, and it was stability for them as well. I remember the day I got saved. Actually, I will never forget it. I remember standing in the service and they did the altar call, and I just looked at my sister and she looked at me, and she grabbed my hand and she walked me up the front. I don't think I would have done it without her. Yeah, and I got prayed for and gave my life to God. And that was the start of a new life. Without the invitation from my sister, I would never have gone to church. I would never have even considered it. So you just don't know what's going on in someone's heart. If they might be questioning a lot of things in their life, and if they don't know that something's there, then they're not gonna, So I really think that invitation of just saying to someone, "Hey, why don't you come to church? Hey, we've got this going on, why don't you come and check it out?" Because you just don't know really deep down where someone's at and whether they're ready to let God into their hearts.